The Duchies of Silesia were a crown land of the Bohemian Crown that were formed when Duchy of Silesia joined the Kingdom of Bohemia in 1335 under the Treaty of Trentschin. The duchies were ruled by the Dukes of Silesia, consisted of the Duchy of Lower Silesia, the Duchy of Upper Silesia and numerous other duchies. Most of Silesia was annexed by the Kingdom of Prussia in 1742, and the Duchy of Teschen, Duchy of Troppau and Duchy of Nysa remained under the control of the Bohemian Crown as Austrian Silesia until 1918. History: Duchy of Silesia, 1138–1335. In the vain hope to prevent an inheritance dispute, the Piast Prince Boleslaw III Remouthed by his last will and testament had divided Poland into hereditary provinces distributed among his 4 sons: Masovia, Kujawi, Greater Poland and Silesia, beside which, the seniorate province, Lesser Poland, with the residence of Krakow was reserved for the eldest, who according to the principle of agnatic seniority was to be High Duke of all Poland. This act inadvertently started the process known as fragmentation of Poland. Boleslaw's son Vladislav II received the Duchy of Silesia and, as the eldest, was also granted the title of a High Duke along with the seniorate province. Nevertheless, after he had tried to gain control over all Poland, he was banned and expelled by his younger half-brothers in 1146. Boleslaw's second eldest son Boleslaw IV the Curly, Duke of Masovia, became Polish High Duke, when, in 1163, Vladislav's 3 sons, backed by Emperor Frederick I Barbarossa, returned to Poland. Boleslaw IV had to restore their heritage. After 10 years of joint rule, Vladislav's sons finally divided Silesia in 1173. Boleslaw I the Tall, the eldest, received the core territory around the residences of Wrocław, Legnica and Opole. In 1180, he granted the Duchy of Opole to his son Yaroslav, who ruled until his death in March 1201. Upon Boleslaw's death in December 1201, his lands were inherited by his only remaining son Henry I the Bearded. Mieszko I Tanglefoot became Duke of Rasobors and received Bitomen Oswiecim in 1177. Konrad Spindleshanks, Konrad Laskonogi, the youngest, in 1177 also claimed his rights and received the Duchy of Glogau from his brother Boleslaw, who after Konrad's death about 1189 again inherited it, after his brother Boleslaw I had died. Mieszko I Tanglefoot also conquered and took the Duchy of Opole from his nephew Henry I the Bearded. He ruled over the Rasobors and Opole duchies, which emerged as Upper Silesia, until his death in 1211. Henry I the Bearded remained sovereign of the Lower Silesian Duchy of Wrocław. He acquired the Greater Polish lands of Kalisz in 1206, which he granted to his Piast cousin Vladislav O'Donoghue, as well as Lubus land in 1210. High Duke of Poland from 1232. He conquered further Greater Polish territories around Santok in 1234. Mieszko's heir was Duke Casimir I of Opole, who died in 1230. Thereupon, Henry I managed to reunite whole Silesia under his reign. He was succeeded by his son Henry II the Pious in 1238, while Upper Silesia was inherited by Casimir's son Mieszko II the Fat in 1239. He and his younger brother, Vladislav Opolski, had already received Greater Polish Kalisz in 1234. Henry II was killed at the Battle of Legnica in 1241. His eldest son and heir, Duke Boleslaw II the Bald, temporarily gave Lubis land to his younger brother Mieszko. 1242. He reconciled with his greater Polish cousin Duke Przemysl and finally returned Santok in 1247, and remained sole ruler of Lower Silesia until 1248. Mieszko II the Fat, of Upper Silesia, in 1244, returned Kalisz to Duke Przemysl of Greater Poland. He died in 1246 and his possessions were inherited by his brother Władysław Opolski. Lands of the Bohemian Crown, 1335–1918, equals Duchies of Silesia and Holy Roman Empire, 1335–1742, equals. Silesia was subsequently divided among the descendants and successors of the Piast dynasty, until they died out in 1675. Those Silesian Piasts, known as Dukes of Silesia, and territories they ruled were known as Duchies of Silesia. Many of the duchies shared similar fate, falling away from Kingdom of Poland's sphere of influence. Vassalization by John I of Bohemia in 1327, and under suzerainty of the Kingdom of Bohemia by the Treaties of Trentschin and Visegrad in 1335. After the Piasts had become extinct, the duchies were state countries of the Bohemian Crown, which fell to the House of Habsburg in 1526. In 1742, most of Silesia was annexed by the Kingdom of Prussia following the First Silesian War. Duchies of Silesia and Habsburg Empire, 1742–1918. Duchies of Silesia. Note: this list may not be complete. Duchy of Bielsko, Bielske Niżek v. Kiestru Bielski, Herzogtum Bielitz. Duchy of Brzeg, Niżek v. Bray, Kiestru Brzeski, Herzogtum Brieg. Duchy of Bytom, Niżek v. Bytomskie, Kiestru Bytomski, Herzogtum Budin. Duchy of Glogau, Niżek v. Lochowskie, Kiestru Glogowski, Herzogtum Glogau. Duchy of Glubczyce, Niżek v. Lubczyce, Kiestru Glubczycki, Herzogtum Leobschutz. Duchy of Dorohr, Jaworskie Niżek v. Kiestru Jaworski, Herzogtum Jała. Duchy of Krnov, Kranowskie Niżek v. Kiestru Karniowski, Herzogtum Jagendorf. Duchy of Legnica, Lejnice Niżek v. Kiestru Legnicki, Herzogtum Liegnitz. Duchy of Münsterberg, Münsterburskie Niżek v. Kiestru Zbicki, Herzogtum Münsterberg. Duchy of Nysa, Niskiej Niżek v. Kiestru Niski, Herzogtum Nice. Duchy of Olesnica, Olesnice Niżek v. Kiestru Olesniki, Herzogtum Oels. Duchy of Opol, Opolskie Niżek v. Kiestru Opolski, Herzogtum Opoln. Duchy of Oswiecim, Oswiecimskie Niżek v. Kiestru Oswiecimski, Herzogtum Auschwitz. Duchy of Pieszczina, Stinskie Niżek v. Kiestru Pieszczynski, Herzogtum Pless. Duchy of Raciborz, Ratiborskie Niżek v. Kiestru Raciborski, Herzogtum Ratibor. Duchy of Suez, Severskie Niżek v. Kiestru Sueski, Herzogtum Suez. Duchy of Widnica, Svidnike Niżek v. Kiestru Widniki, Herzogtum Schweidnitz. Duchy of Teschen, Kiestru Sieszczynski, Niżek v. Tezinskiet, Herzogtum Teschen. Duchy of Troppau, Voivodstwo Opavskiet, Kiestru Opavski, Herzogtum Troppau. Duchy of Wrocław, Wratysławskie Niżek v. Kiestru Wrocławski, Herzogtum Breslau. Duchy of Zator, Zatorskie Niżek v. Kiestru Zatorski, Herzogtum Zator. Duchy of Agan, Zahanskie Niżek v. Kiestru Aganski, Herzogtum Sagan. There were also other little duchies: Bernstadt, Buchwald, Koschok, Kozel, Krossen, Falkenberg, Freistadt, Freudenthal, Gliwitz, Goldberg, Grochau, Grunberg, Hainaut, Hirschberg, Leslau, Lowenberg, Leuben, Namslau, Ohlau, Pochwas, Rybnik, Sprotau, Steinau, Strelitz, Tost, Wohlau, and combination duchies. Duchy of Opole and Raceborz. Bibliography. Zacek. Rudolf. Dejiny Slezskowy Datek. Praha. Libri. 2003. ISBN 80-7277-172-8.